Hey you guys, quick feeding, Rana feeding. We got a special guest today, special appearance, and it's all presented to you by Zarqawi, or sponsored by Zarqawi. Stay tuned, guys. So, yesterday, could you stop? Yesterday, Zarqawi caught a shrew. And I tried feeding them to the ranas, but they weren't hungry. They ate like a night before and a hefty, dose. So I have decided, he's pissed already, look at it. I just took it out of the freezer. And I'm gonna have to leave it out here until it thaws, because it's frozen solid. I have to wait until he thaws out, so probably in the evening or so, maybe at least a couple hours from now. However, this dude can already smell them. And that was his catching, his trophy. So sure enough, he's like claiming it or whatnot. He got rewarded for it. I gave him a whole bunch of raw. Anyway, so we'll drop the guy in, but before we do that, obviously he has got to thaw and blah blah blah. So yeah, we'll just take steps to ensure that they get what they get, the best nutrient I can possibly come up with. And this is all, like I said, sponsored by Zarqawi, the Bengal Satan mix. Whew. Check this out. I just wanted to capture it before it's gone. Hang on. So, Zulu, he's really not supposed to be up here with it, but as you can see, he brought himself a snack. That's his little snack, an extra, which I give him about twice a week, once a week for sure. Just to give you an idea how big it is, it's this big. But my hand is this big, so yeah. Whole turkey neck, there he is, and he's gonna use his feet to hold it and just work on it and nibble and stuff, learning the anatomy. And look at those teeth, look at that, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. Primal animal instincts, using that mouth cavity for what it's designed for. You know what I mean? The teeth, they need to be scissoring and shearing and grinding and all that, none of which would they do when they eat kibble. And you would know that. They pack it in with some whatnot, and you're gonna go brush their teeth after each meal, each day, please. Meal and a toothbrush in one. Yeah, nature's design. You cannot screw it up. That's what I'm saying. Just copy it, duplicate it the best of your ability, and the outcome is fantastic. So yeah, this guy over there enjoying his turkey neck, frozen like a popsicle. Yep. Don't think about what you like, okay? Think about what they like. And all this will change really quickly. Your perspective will be like, think if you grew fangs and no longer had hands, just 4 feet. That's right. All right, you guys, so we're gonna follow up on this shrew that Zarqawi caught this morning. And I had to, like I said, refrigerate them and stuff because they were closely fed. There wouldn't be much action, so let's see, maybe they look active already seeing me. I would assume they are probably a little more hungry. Let's see if this will cause any interest other than Zarqawi already. Ooh, little shrewdski. So there it is. Yep, there notice it's here. It's probably slowly, gaining their interest. Definitely sunfish is ready. All right. To no further ado, let's do this. I'll try to be quick. All right, well, he's in there floating about, not very attractive, being all dead and stuff, especially since he's been already frozen once. But sunfish should slowly direct them. Yeah, they are definitely spooked. They can see something's in the tank. They don't know where it is. Unfamiliar grounds. It's been quite a long time since they've seen any live food in there. almost 2 months solid. So this is gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna behave, if their hunger will prevail or what's going on. I take it the sunfish may initiate something, but for now they're freaked out. So this is what happens when you feed dead. You know, the natural behavior starts to shut down. They became so placid and scavengy like and unpredictable that this is now like a panic mode for them almost, and it'll take again you know, slow steps, sort of conditioning back to the fact that they're not going to be fed daily. The food isn't going to always drop down and be ready. That they're going to have to chase it down, hunt, and perhaps even, you know, risk an injury in the process. That's exactly what behavioral development is all about. Those risks and dangers and everything that the fish has to learn and calculate. And you cannot evade that, you know. Pellets do not provide that. Certain species may get away with it, you know, bottom dwellers and such. Their interaction is quite placid. They are scavengers by nature. These guys aren't. They're predators. So you have to provide an appropriate environment for predatory fish for them to thrive. As you can see, they're all looking at us like, what is going on upstairs? But we'll just observe. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit, see if that'll get you a better eye on their goofiest attitude right now. But that's all they're gonna get, is that shrewd. Imagine, you know, not eating for a couple days now, day 2, and that's the only thing that's available. So this is the you know, the dinner. That's on the menu. Might have to lapse this later or whatnot. It sometimes takes a while, especially since, as I said, now they're very spooked up and, you know, agitated sort of by this new event, which was quite normal just a while ago. Once the spring resumes, there'll be a lot more live action that I'll be putting out, and hopefully it will be much more dynamic. Yeah. Not much more happening than just they're starting to look up. I noticed, at least the younger, smaller, whatever, they're all the same age actually, the smaller soldiers, as I call them, are starting to look up, and that's exactly what it's going to take. Here comes the sunfish. She'll be the first one to lead them to it, and then just wait for some residuals to come out. Something to scavenge on, some leftovers. Undoubtedly, the little rodent is now thawed out and releasing juices, whatever, and they can smell it. They are definitely picking up on it. That's what's getting them so anxious and excited and nippy. They're starting to nip at each other. I would take it if they don't eat it today. Somehow they just don't get around to it. Tomorrow morning at dawn, it'll be on. Yeah, they're pretty freaked out. Looks like the tank is almost too big for them, huh? So they do spread out once they get all comfy and territorial again. Right now they're in more of a survival mode, so they're herding together and trying to evade any kind of getting singled out. But at the same time, they are hungry. See, I see, we call him Cannon. That's what my son named him, the biggest one. He may be a leftover from a previous batch, who knows? Or he may be just a mammoth, but he's much larger than the rest of them, and he sure is sort of dominant. Once he starts moving around the tank, then the action should be following quick, you know, any type of feeding action, because he's already on the move. Okay, so what I've decided is to throw in a smelt seem to be all bringing some attention to this shrewd guy who's over here just floating around, not really attracting much of any attention. There it is. Let's see. Got a little smelt shining up there and a shroot. So let's hope this will yield something more than up to this point. Alright, so apparently they didn't even want the smelt, let alone the shroot. So shroot went back to the freezer, and the smelt is on the bottom, laying there. So there he is. I don't know, nobody wants him. Not the sunfish, not the ranas. I don't know. So, till next time, like I said, we'll let them hunger up a bit. Alright, you guys.